The rain poured mercilessly onto the cracked pavement of Riverbend City. Under the flickering light of a street lamp, a man sat on a soggy bench, wrapped in an old army coat, hair matted, face smeared with grease and soot. People passed by, clutching their purses tighter, turning their faces away. His name was Daniel Hayes. No one cared. Not anymore. Once, he had worn a blue jumpsuit and fixed engines with a precision that amazed even the best engineers. Once, he had a wife, a home, and a garage full of tools. But fate doesn't always knock it crashes. One fire, one insurance. Battle, one moment of despair, and Daniel lost everything. The garage burned down, his wife left, and he stopped fighting. He disappeared into the streets now. He was just the tramp near the gas station. One evening, red and blue lights painted the rain-slicked road. A crowd gathered by the underpass. A city bus had skidded off course, crashed into a barrier, and hung dangerously close to toppling into the canal. People screamed inside, children cried, fuel leaked. A spark could mean death for everyone on board. "Away, we've called the fire department," a police officer shouted. Holding back the crowd, Daniel stood behind the tape, watching intently. His eyes, hidden under unkempt brows, flicked from the bus to the leaking gas, then to the crumbling concrete ledge. He stepped forward. "Back off, tramp," barked the officer. "Go sleep in your alley." Daniel ignored him. He walked slowly toward the bus, his boots splashing through puddles. The officer grabbed him. "Are you deaf? I said back." "I can stop it," Daniel said quietly. "I know that engine," the officer scoffed. You look like you can't even walk." Straight. But then another voice cut in. "Let him try," said the bus driver, whose leg was pinned but head was clear. "We're out of time." Reluctantly, the officer let go. Daniel climbed into the tilting bus, gripping seats as the vehicle creaked dangerously. Inside was kids, a pregnant woman sobbing, an old man hyperventilating. Daniel knelt by the dashboard and ripped open the engine access panel below. His fingers, though rough and cracked, moved with speed and purpose. The system was sparking wildly. The battery wasn't disabled now. It would ignite the fuel. Trail. He jammed an old wrench he'd kept in his coat between two connectors, twisted the wires, used a piece of his belt to insulate a fuse. In less than 2 minutes, the humming and flickering stopped. The threat of fire was gone, but the bus still teetered. Daniel crawled under the back, slid through mud, and eyed the remaining bolts holding the rear axle to the crumbling ledge. He saw the tow truck the fire crew had just arrived in, but it was still too far to help. He shouted to a rookie firefighter, "I need your steel cable, now. Trust me." The young man hesitated, then ran over. Daniel rigged the cable through the underside of the bus and guided the driver to tie it to the fire truck frame. His hands moved fast, like he'd never stopped working. With a grind and a groan, the bus was slowly, agonizingly pulled to safety. The passengers spilled out, crying, gasping, thanking the heavens. Daniel just sat in the mud, exhausted. The officer from earlier stared at him with wide eyes. You saved them." Daniel didn't say much, just looked up and said, "I was a mechanic for 20 years. You don't forget engines, even if the world forgets you." The news came the next day. Homeless hero saves dozens in bus crash. People learned his name, the garage that burned down. A group of local business owners raised money to help him rebuild. A TV show invited him to speak. And one day, his estranged daughter, who'd seen him on the news, showed up in tears, whispering, "I never stopped hoping you'd come back." They used to call him a dirty tramp. Now they call him Daniel, the miracle mechanic.